Elementary. For those who don't know me, my name is Miss Patterson and I am one of the teachers up on the penthouse. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Labor Day weekend. As you can see, it is beautiful out here and I am so excited to be reading our third book. So today I'm going to be reading Sally Jean and the Bicycle Queen. I hope you enjoy. When Sally Jean Sprocket was 1 year old, she sat in a seat on Mama's bike and watched the world go by. Flowers and trees and pigeons and kites and helicopters and clouds, they all rode around on Mama's back. "Hi," she said to the big kids on their bike. When Sally Jean turned 2, Granny got her a tricycle with streamers that swished and a horn that went honk honk. She watched ants and spiders and caterpillars and bees and 2 blue knees that bumped up and down. "Hi," she said to all the big kids on her bike. Then she turned 4 and Papa found her yard sale bike with 2 small wheels that hugged on the ground. Sally Jean watched the baby carriages, the lawn mowers, the squirrels, the poodles, and the pedals with reflectors that went round and round. "Hi," she said to all the kids on her bike. When she was 5, the little wheels came off and Mama held on while Sally Jean wobbled and learned to pedal fast. Soon Mama let go and Sally Jean was off. "Wait for me," she called to all the big kids on their bikes. Sally Jean practiced going up the hill. She practiced coming down the hill. She zoomed across the fields and boomed over the bridges, cut sharp corners and skidded when she stopped. Her fingers knew their places on the handlebars and her feet bit the pedals like 2 snapped together blocks. Sally Jean and her bike became such good friends, she named it Flash. "I can't just call you Bike," she said, and then she sang, "I'm a plane, I'm a train, I'm a girl on a horse. I am Sally Jean the Bicycle Queen and my bike is Flash, of course." Then she was 6 and Flash's seat needed a rising. Mama showed her what to do with a push and a pull and a hit of her hammer. "You're growing like a dandelion in the spring," she said to Sally Jean as she watched. And as soon Sally Jean was singing, "I can pop a wheelie, I can touch the sky, I can pedal backwards, I really can fly. I'm Sally Jean, the Bicycle Queen, just trust myself and I." When Sally Jean turned 7, the handlebars needed a raising. Papa showed her what to do with the left and the right and a twist of his wrench. Sally Jean liked the way she and Flash got bigger together. Sally Jean sang while she washed the wheels, and she sang while she shined the spokes. Sally Jean was so busy singing that she never noticed how big she was actually growing. By the time she turned 8, her handlebars and her knees bumped her handlebars, and her shoes scraped the ground. She had to walk Flash up the hill for the very first time. Sally Jean tried to raise Flash's seat. She tried to raise the handlebars, but there was no more room for raising. "What do I do now?" she asked. "You can ride my bike when I'm at trumpet lessons," said Stanley. "You can sit while I pedal," said Andrew the giant. "You can pedal while I sit," said Murray. "No thanks," Sally Jean said. "A bicycle queen needs her own bike." Sally Jean tried skating places, but she always fell. She hopped and she skipped and she jumped and she ran, but nothing felt as good as riding. "I just have to get another bike," she said. "I wish I could help," said Papa. "Who needs new glasses?" "Wait until next year," said Mama, who had to pay the dentist. But Sally Jean just couldn't wait. "What do I do now?" she asked. Her neighbor, Mr. Metal, had an idea. "I could sure use your help in my yard," he said. "And I do have lots of things that you might like for your new bike." So every day after school, Sally Jean helped Mr. Metal organize his junk. And when she finished, she chose a basket, a light, and a can of sparkly paint. But as she sat on the steps in her front of her house, she watched the little kids and big kids and all kinds of bikes. Sally Jean wondered how she would ever get a bike of her own. "What do I do now?" she asked. "Fix my flat," said Murray. "I can do that," said Sally Jean. Then she thought about what else she could do. The very next day, Sally Jean put up a sign, "Pedal pushers everywhere, have fun. Learn to fix your own bike, reasonable rates. See Sally Jean, the bicycle queen." And before long, she was in business. But by the end of the summer, she had earned only enough money for 2 measly tires. "What do I do now?" Sally Jean wondered. She sat in a tree and looked all around and saw blue jays and sparrows and woodpeckers and crows and some rusty old wheels she never noticed before. She saw buses and trucks and motorcycles and cars and some dusty old pedals that she couldn't ignore. "This bicycle queen had an idea," she said, jumping up and down. But Sally Jean's heart sank as she spun the floppy pedals and felt the dried out tires. She sat there for a long time, and then she started singing, "I cycle, you cycle, recycle junk. That's my girl," Mr. Metal said with a big smile. Her friends didn't smile when they saw that all she was carrying. "That thing's is ready for the dump," said Stanley. "That's a hunk of junk," said Andrew the giant. "It's all broken up," said Murray. But Sally Jean said, "Have no fear, the bicycle queen is here." At first, everything looked hopeless, but Sally Jean rolled up her sleeves anyway and got to work. And every afternoon after that, she worked just a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, until finally she had a bike! Sally Jean gave her new bike name Lightning. "I can't call you just Bike," she said. But something didn't feel right until Sally Jean figured out what it was and fixed that too. "I'm a plane, I'm a train, I'm a boy up on a horse. I'm Murray Bing, the bicycle king, and my bike is Flash, of course." At last, Sally Jean felt like singing again. "I can ride and whistle, I can fix a flat, I can race a red bird, I'm faster than a cat. I'm Sally Jean, the bicycle queen. What do you think of that?" I hope everybody has an awesome rest of the day. I can't wait to see you tomorrow in all your school spirit wear. And I'm so excited to see all the little kindergartners. Bye, guys.